If you want to change your life for the better, the first thing you need to do is get off your phone or any technology that entertains you. Why? Well, because if you're on your phone or playing video games, you won't have the realization to make change. And without that change, your life would not improve. You need to cut out all of the technology in your life for you to actually start to make change. Because once you don't have that technology in your life, you're able to focus on what needs to be changed about you, your future, your goals. And when you focus on that, that's when progress is made. When you're actually thinking about the journey and how to get there, that's how you actually make progress. You don't make progress by just not thinking about making progress. You can only start to make changes. You can only start to take action when you give yourself the time to do so. That's one of the main reasons why your life feels like shit right now, because of all the entertaining technology that you consume for 6+ hours a day. It keeps you distracted. Your life don't feel real. It doesn't feel fulfilled because you're distracting your true self from expressing, from learning, from enjoying life truly. Think of it this way as well. You distract yourself so much to the point where you don't even know where your life is headed. You don't know what's in store for your future. You don't focus on your future or your goals because all you care about and all you're focusing on is watching TikTok or what's going on in social media, playing video games with your friends. It's all you really care about in the now. Right now, you're not thinking about the future. Right now, you're thinking about how can I enjoy myself right now. And you do that by playing a bunch of video games, watching social media content, talking to friends. Anything that sparks the dopamine in you, then that's what you do. There are a few ways to get off these distracting, dopamine sucking technologies that distract you. One of them is simply to just stay away from them as much as possible. Try to reduce your screen time. Try to replace the times when you would use your phone or play video games with something more productive, like reading or working towards your goals. The more you're disconnected from technology and social media and video games, the more you don't need it. So if you slowly start to progressively overload not playing video games or not using your phone, eventually you'll get to a point where you're playing a little bit of video games or watching a little bit of social media to the point where you could just say, you know what, I don't even need the 30 minutes of playing video games. I could just get rid of it and I could just go all in my goals, in what I want to actually do with my life. Something that helped me out a lot was creating an identity change. I thought about myself as someone who wouldn't use social media, who doesn't use social media. I'm that guy who has 20 or less minutes on his phone, and everyone thinks, wow, that guy barely uses his phone. I wish I was able to do that and be more productive like he is. And I have that belief that I'm that guy who is never on my phone. And to the point where I tell myself I don't need my phone because I am already that guy who doesn't use his phone. So think of yourself as someone who uses their phone very little, has like 20 minutes screen time on their phone, to the point eventually you'll become that guy because you think you are that guy. And once you think you're that guy, you'll start to take action like that guy would, like what you want to do. You need to remember that real life is not on your phone. It's outside. It's outside talking to people, socializing. It's not on your bed, in your phone, scrolling, texting with people. That is not life. That's not real life. You don't need what's the most recent tragedy happened on TikTok, whatever, or what's the best style, or what's trending now. All that's pointless. You scroll, you listen to what they're saying, and you probably forget about it. Or even, let's say you just scrolled and you saw someone talking about this big old tragedy that happened, like big old car crash or big fire, few people died, you don't need to know that stuff, especially if it's not right next to you. If it was your neighbor and you didn't even know, okay, that's fair, but like you probably don't even know where this is or who was involved. It's just kind of pointless to have in your brain. You're kind of just sucking all your brain energy towards something pointless. Like it doesn't have anything to do with you. All of this stuff on social media or video games does not align with your goals, with your purpose. So why even have it in your life? You need to get rid of it. It's taking up all your time. You could take all that time that it's wasting and spend it towards your goals, towards your purpose, towards any habit you want to grow. Dude, you're wasting a whole bunch of time by being on these dopamine sucking, entertaining devices, technology. You need to first realize that though, that you're actually being distracted and you're not free from this technology. You're just wasting your life by using these technologies, by scrolling on your phone, by playing video games. Anything that entertains you, you just waste your time. It's pointless. You need to realize that. You need to realize there's a problem. You need to realize what's the problem for you to solve it. And you probably never realized or thought about this technology and how it's distracting you this way, because it's supposed to distract you. You're meant to be distracted. All these social medias and video games, they're meant to hook you, to distract you, to keep you entertained, keep you stuck with them. You can't let go of them because they're a big part of your life now. It's just who you are and like what you do. You are just entertained so much to the point where you can't get enough of it. How do you expect to win? Another thing that helped me out a lot with getting off my phone was putting my phone on grayscale, meaning it doesn't have any color. Now people might say this is like boring, like why wouldn't you want color on your phone? That's kind of sad, but to me not really, because it's a reminder to me that you need to get off your phone, that you're doing this challenge with yourself to not be on your phone. It just reminds me that I shouldn't be on my phone, and it doesn't entertain me that much. If I don't see colors, I'm not as entertained as if I would see colors. If I see colors and they're popping and they're vibrant, it might take my distraction to those colors. It might be social media, like the social media icon on your phone. They're all bright colors. They have a whole bunch of color. It's like that for a reason. It pulls your eyeballs to the icon, and it will remind you to think, oh, I'm just gonna click, and then boom, you end up death scrolling forever and ever. Now obviously I'm not trying to say never use any technology or entertain yourself at all forever. No, you can enjoy yourself. You can watch a movie with family or friends on days when you're off or you've done the work already. It's more of a reward. You worked for it, okay? But when you just entertain yourself and you're bored and you did not work at all, you didn't earn that ability to relax and chill back, that's when it's not viable for you to do so. That's when you should stop doing those stuff and get to work. Because if you keep doing that, nothing will ever change in your life. Your life won't ever move forward just because you're always comfortable. But if you're working and then you get comfortable, if you're working hard and then you get comfortable, you go out, socialize. And that might be like going to a party or watching a movie. That's allowed because you're rewarding yourself for your hard work. And if it's just something that you do by yourself, think to yourself, is it even worth it? I'm doing this by myself. I'm like watching a movie by myself, eating a whole bunch of junk by myself. Is it even worth it? Or should I just like stay kind of sober basically? Should I just keep working? Is this a reward or am I just coping because I want junk food right now? Think about that. It's really sad to see a whole bunch of people addicted to their phones nowadays. Everyone's always on their phone, in school especially. Everyone is on their phone in school. At the end of the class, or not even in the beginning of class, people are on their phones. The teacher has to tell everyone, okay, get off your phone. And yet kids are trying to sneak their phones like on the side. They're like hiding it behind their computers. It's just a whole bunch of bull. Like, just get off your phone. There's a whole world for you to explore and just see. And yet people are always on their phone. Like at the end of class, they're always on their phone. I'm like the only one who just sits there and waits for the bell. It's kind of ridiculous. And I can't really socialize with anyone because they're always on their phone. It's very sad. It's a sad existence for many people. But hopefully people could realize that they don't need their phones and it's just hooking them. Sadly, I don't think that's gonna happen. So if you're watching this now, you need to take action because you know what phones are doing to you now. You know how to take action to get rid of that, on how to become a better person. It's dependent on you. You need to take the action. It's not just gonna happen overnight. Do you want it? Do you want to be a person who's just disconnected and able to be a human being? It's kind of ridiculous. Like, most people, they're not human no more. They're subhuman to the point where like they're always on their phone. They don't look up sometimes. There's a kid I know who's like hella hunchback. He's like this. Even worse, actually. I can't even do it like him. He's always on his phone. He has like a big old hunchback. It's ridiculous. Because he's always on his phone looking down. Fix your posture. Take the hood off. Take the mask off. Look out. Look around. There's a whole world for you to look, explore, and talk to people in. You don't need to be on your phone 24/7. It's a sad life for some people. So I'm glad that you're on the same journey as me because, geez, this life is way better than living in your phone. Trust me, it is way, way better. That's all I have for you today. Hopefully you take this knowledge and try to implement it in your life because that's something I didn't do when I was little, when I was younger. I would watch these type of videos and I would just go on to the next. I'm asking you now to do yourself a favor and think about how you can implement these topics, these tips in your life and try to improve your life now before it's too late and you're in your 20s and you haven't made any progress towards goals or your future. Have a good day. If you like the topic of self-improvement, be sure to subscribe because in this channel, I'll be posting nothing but self-improvement videos and how to improve on your daily life.